In a small, quiet town nestled between mountains and dreams, lived a little girl named Lila. She was born without the ability to hear. No voices. No songs. No laughter. Only silence. When Lila was just a baby, doctors told her parents she will never hear a single sound in her life. Her mother cried. Her father stood speechless. But little Lila, she smiled. Even silence couldn't steal her joy. At the age of 6, Lila saw a music class at school. She couldn't hear the notes, but she could feel something. Her fingers tapped the table. Her heart beat in rhythm. She couldn't hear music, but somehow, she felt it. She begged her parents to let her join music class. The teacher said, she can't hear. Music isn't for her. But Lila didn't give up. Every day, she stood outside the classroom, eyes closed, feeling the floor vibrate as instruments played inside. One day, a kind janitor saw her and opened the door. She ran in and sat by the old piano. She placed her fingers on the keys and pressed one gently. She couldn't hear it. But she felt it. A tiny vibration. A heartbeat. A whisper in the dark. For the next 7 years, Lila learned music in her own way. She memorized how each note felt. She turned silence into sound in her soul. While others used ears, Lila used her heart. At 16, Lila had composed her first symphony. Without ever hearing a single sound. She wrote with vibrations, heartbeats, and faith. And she called it The Sound of Silence. The local school held a concert. Lila's symphony was the final act. The audience was curious. What could a deaf girl possibly compose? They whispered. They had no idea. They were about to cry. The moment the music began, the room changed. The melody spoke of pain, and hope, of falling, and rising, of a girl who turned silence into symphony. When the final note faded into the night, the audience was silent. Then they stood and clapped, not for the music, but for the soul behind it. Today, Lila teaches music to children with disabilities. She shows them that your limitations are only real if you believe in them. Because sometimes, the most beautiful music comes from silence. So next time someone tells you you can't, remember Lila. She couldn't hear music, but she created it. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Be kind. Be bold. Be like Lila. And remember, your heart is the loudest instrument in the world.